Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a bit of a shortcut, really, getting you well informed about the amazing world of film and theater. We want to move beyond just saying, I like that movie. We're aiming to arm you with the language, the precise language, to really dissect and discuss these art forms properly. And look, this isn't about memorizing boring definitions. It's genuinely about unlocking a whole new level of appreciation for storytelling itself.
Exactly. Our goal here is to give you maybe just over 30 advanced C1 level terms, all drawn from film and theater. These aren't just words, think of them as tools. Tools to help you unlock that deeper appreciation. You'll be able to articulate insights like a seasoned critic or, just elevate your own understanding in conversations.
Okay, so here's how we'll structure this deep dive. First, we'll look at the incredible people involved, the visionaries, the crafters, the backstage heroes. Then we'll delve into the technical artistry, the craft, the blueprint and execution of storytelling. And finally, we'll touch upon the unique experience of these events, the venues, the industries, the whole cultural vibe. Ready for a linguistic adventure? Let's jump in. All right, part one. The visionaries, crafters, and backstage heroes. Let's start by shining a light on the individuals who breathe life into these stories. From the big picture visionaries to the unsung heroes working meticulously behind the scenes. And roles can be pretty multifaceted, right? So let's kick off with a really unique historical role that highlights this, the actor manager. What exactly do they do?
The actor manager. Yes, a fascinating figure, especially prominent in, say, 18th and 19th century British theater. This person wasn't just the star, the lead actor on stage, they literally ran the entire company. It was this incredible blend of artistry and, well, business savvy.
Ran the whole thing. So like the money side too.
Absolutely. Handling the finances, securing the funding, making casting decisions, sometimes even designing the sets. And then, after all that, they'd still be the one taking the final bow as the lead performer. Real entrepreneurial spirit, comprehensive control.
Wow. That is an immense amount of pressure. You're the lead actor, responsible for the company's money, the artistic vision, the day-to-day operations, and delivering a knockout performance every night.
Exactly. It speaks to a very different production model compared to today's specialization, doesn't it? It offered this singular artistic direction, which could be powerful, but the personal and financial risk, immense.
Okay, from that kind of all-encompassing role, let's shift to someone vital but maybe less visible, the art director.
Mm.
Crucial for shaping the visual world, right?
Absolutely crucial. The art director is essentially the architect of everything you see. They oversee all the artistic features, props, costumes, set design. Their job is to ensure every visual detail authentically reflects the story's mood, its era, its themes. They're often unsung heroes, really, turning words on a page into this immersive, believable spectacle.
So let's say we're watching a historical drama set in the 1920s. The art director is the one meticulously sourcing the right period furniture, designing costumes that maybe tell you something about a character's status or personality.
Precisely. And their genius often is subtle. It lies in creating a seamless, immersive experience. If they do their job perfectly, you might not consciously notice the details, the world just feels right. But without them, or if something's wrong, like an anachronistic prop.
It pulls you right out of the story, breaks the illusion.
Exactly. It shatters that authenticity.
Speaking of costumes and backstage work, let's talk about the dresser, a very specific, hands-on role.
Oh, definitely. The dresser is indispensable. Their job is specifically helping actors get into costume, managing those costumes, caring for them throughout the production. Think of them as backstage ninjas, honestly. They work with incredible speed and precision, especially during quick changes, handling tricky fastenings, maybe doing emergency sewing repairs, all to maintain that flawless onstage illusion.
So critical for smooth transitions, especially in big shows with lots of rapid costume changes. You picture intermission in some elaborate period piece. The dresser might have just minutes to get an actor out of one huge gown and into another.
Absolutely. And their work directly impacts the audience's suspension of disbelief. A misplaced button, a visible zipper that shouldn't be there, a wrinkle. Small things, maybe, but they can break the spell. Dressers are like the silent guardians of the theatrical illusion.
Okay, let's move from backstage right to the front of the stage, or the center of the screen.
Yeah.
The lead actor, the face of the production.
The lead actor, yes. They play the main central role, the character who really drives the plot forward, who carries the emotional heart of the story. Their charisma, the depth of their performance, their ability to connect with the audience. It can genuinely make or break a production.
They carry so much weight, don't they?
Yeah.
All eyes are on them. They guide our emotional response.
They really do. And what's fascinating is their interpretation. How they choose to play the role can fundamentally change how we perceive the entire story. They might bring out nuances that maybe even the writer didn't fully see. Their performance becomes the main lens through which we experience the narrative.
But before we get that memorable performance, there's that critical, often painstaking process, casting.
Casting. Yes, assigning specific roles to actors for a film, a play, a TV series. It's a really high-stakes game, you know? You're balancing so many things, the chemistry between actors, physical appearance, raw acting skill, maybe even star power.
And it's more than just finding good actors individually, right? It's about assembling an ensemble that clicks,
Yeah.
that brings the script to vibrant life. Bad casting can just sink a project.
Absolutely. It's about finding that magic, that alchemy. Sometimes bold casting choices, ones that might surprise you initially, end up elevating a film's impact immensely. It's about finding the perfect person for that role, but also creating that synergy, that believable world within the ensemble.
Okay, let's transition now. We've talked about the talented people. Let's move to the artistry of storytelling itself, the blueprint and the execution.
Right. And the key here is that every visual element, every line, every technical choice serves a deliberate purpose. Nothing is accidental. It's all designed to guide your experience as the audience.
For film, that journey really starts with the screenplay.
Oh, absolutely. The screenplay is the foundation. It's not just the script, the dialogue. It's a really comprehensive set of written instructions. It's got dialogue, yes, but also action sequences described in detail, character descriptions, sometimes even camera directions. It truly is the storyteller's Bible, the blueprint for the entire crew.
So pivotal. Without a well-crafted screenplay, well, there's no film, essentially. Its quality often dictates the ultimate success.
Exactly. And that's the magic, isn't it? The entire intricate, visual, emotional world of a movie begins as just words on paper. That's where the characters find their voice, where the plot begins its dance.
Then once the cameras actually start rolling, we focus on the camera work.
Camera work, yes. This refers to the distinctive style, the manner in which a movie is filmed. It's the director's visual language. It covers everything: huge, panoramic shots, intimate close-ups, smooth, steady tracking shots, or maybe dynamic, jerky, handheld movements.
Yeah, and that choice of camera work has immense power. It guides your gaze, builds tension, conveys subtle emotions, establishes the whole rhythm of the narrative.
Precisely. Think about, say, shaky handheld camera work in a thriller. Instantly, it adds this layer of realism, of urgency. It puts you in the moment. The camera isn't just passively recording, it's an active creative participant, a kind of silent narrator, subtly altering your perception without needing dialogue.
Now, every compelling story, whether film or theater, builds towards that moment of peak tension, the climax.
The climax. Yes, absolutely the most significant, pivotal moment in any narrative. It's characterized by high dramatic suspense. It's the story's emotional summit, you could say. This is where conflicts erupt, big revelations often hit, and fates are sealed.
It's designed to leave you on the edge of your seat, right, gripping the armrests. It's the peak of the narrative tension, and often a turning point.
Exactly. A really effective climax provides that huge emotional release, that catharsis after all the buildup. All that carefully built suspense makes the climax feel explosive, satisfying. It's that thrilling point of no return where the story delivers its biggest punch.
And to highlight intense emotion or maybe a really significant detail, filmmakers often use a close-up.
The close-up, yes, a very powerful tool. It's a detailed, tightly framed shot of a subject, usually a face, but could be an object at very close range. These are intimate shots. They capture those subtle nuances, a fleeting tear, a tiny smirk, a flicker of understanding in the eyes. They draw you, the viewer, deeper into a character's inner world, fostering a really profound connection.
It really makes you focus, doesn't it? Conveys feelings that might not even be spoken. Allows for empathy.
Absolutely. And it's always a deliberate choice by the director. They use it to emphasize crucial details about a character's emotional state, their motivations, or maybe a key plot development. It's like a direct invitation into a character's soul.
On set, amidst all this intensity, there's a simple but crucial command: to cut.
Cut. Yes, the command to stop filming or recording seems simple, but it's fundamental. It signals to the director, the cast, the crew that it's time to reset, maybe review the take, make adjustments. You can think of it like punctuation for the filming process. It orchestrates the transitions between takes. It's the ultimate gatekeeper for quality control on set.
You can almost hear the collective sigh of relief from the crew when the director finally yells "cut" after nailing a difficult, perfect take. signals you can move on.
Exactly. It's the linchpin that moves production forward, one meticulously captured moment at a time. It's a testament, really, to that constant pursuit of perfection in filmmaking.
Now, sometimes a story wasn't originally conceived for the screen or stage. It comes from a book or history. That transformation process is called to dramatize.
Right. To dramatize is to take an existing story, maybe a novel, a historical event, a real person's life, and adapt it into a movie or a stage play. This usually involves more than just copying. You're often amplifying events, maybe creating new dialogue, designing sets, heightening the emotional arcs to make it work dramatically in the new medium.
So it's not a straight copy-paste. It's an adaptation process, figuring out how to make that story resonate emotionally in a visual or live format.
Precisely. And it's a real creative tightrope walk. You want to enhance the story for dramatic effect, make it compelling for the screen or stage, but without losing the core truth or the integrity of the original material. This is often where you get those intense debates among fans of the original source.
Sometimes guiding us through the story, especially in documentaries or certain films, there's an unseen voice. This technique is to narrate.
Yes. To narrate is to explain the events, often as a voiceover, as an integral part of the movie, documentary, or TV program. The narrator provides crucial exposition, maybe background information, insight into characters' thoughts, clarifies complex plots, or offers a specific perspective on the events unfolding.
Like a historian narrating a historical reenactment, giving context.
Exactly. Or think of classic film noir narration. The power of narration is that the narrator can almost become another character, even if unseen. They shape our understanding, our emotional response, and can really deepen the whole viewing experience significantly.
And when an actor truly becomes the character, makes us forget we're watching a performance, we say they portray that character.
To portray, yes. It means playing the role of a specific character, but it goes beyond just reciting lines. It's about completely embodying the essence of that role, adopting accents, mannerisms, gestures, really understanding the character's motivations on a deep level.
The goal is for the audience to suspend disbelief. Right. To forget the actor and just see the character, immerse themselves in that illusion of a real individual, requires serious research and emotional commitment.
Absolutely. And that ability to portray with authentic depth is what creates truly memorable performances. It allows us, as the audience, to connect on a deeply human level. That's the true magic of transformation in acting.
Some stories are just vast, grand in scale, ambition, scope. We often call these epic.
Epic, yes. Typically describes a long movie, often brimming with adventure, maybe centered on historical events, mythical tales, or grand family sagas. They're usually characterized by huge casts, spectacular settings, maybe big battle sequences, often enormous budgets.
Thinking of classics like Ben-Hur or Lawrence of Arabia, they tackle big, universal themes. Human endeavor, destiny, sacrifice.
Exactly. But an epic is about much more than just a long-running time. It's about that unparalleled ambition and scale. They're designed to make you feel part of something monumental, something deeply significant that leaves a lasting impression.
Most of the movies we see in cinemas, though, fall under the category of a feature film.
Right, the feature film. That's your standard full-length movie, usually presenting a narrative story. Typically runs anywhere from, say, 90 minutes to over 3 hours. It's the classic format designed for theatrical release. It has a distinct plot, a clear character arc, developed characters. It's the backbone of commercial cinema.
And it drives the box office, shapes popular culture. It's the industry standard, really.
It is, and its strength lies in that length. It allows for a depth of complexity, you get intricate plot development, nuanced character exploration that shorter forms just can't achieve. It provides a proper canvas for deep dives into themes.
And what are the tiny building blocks that create the illusion of motion in these feature films? Individual frames.
Ah, the frame. Yes, just one single still photograph in that continuous series. When these still photos are projected rapidly, one after another, they create the illusion of a moving image, a movie. Each frame is a frozen moment, meticulously captured, composed, often color-graded, and then edited together to control pacing, focus, and flow. It's the fundamental, indivisible unit.
You imagine a film editor painstakingly reviewing thousands upon thousands of these individual frames, piecing them together for that perfect rhythm and impact.
It's quite astonishing when you think about it. That continuous flowing narrative we experience is born from countless static moments stitched together at high speed. It's a testament to incredible attention to detail and technical precision.
Now, when an actor brings their own unique perspective, their personal touch to a role, we call that distinct version their interpretation.
Interpretation, yes. It's the representation of an artistic piece, a role, a script, even a piece of music by a performer that explicitly shows their unique understanding and personal feeling. Performers infuse their own distinctive vision, their life experience, their choices, transforming the scripted words into a living, breathing, heartfelt performance.
It's deeply individual, isn't it? That subjective creative contribution is what makes each performance unique, even of the same role. Like hearing a comedian tell the same joke, but with their own timing and spin.
Exactly. And a really insightful interpretation from an actor can genuinely unlock new meanings or perspectives in a familiar story. It invites us to see it through a fresh lens. It's why no two performances, even of Hamlet, say, are ever truly identical. That powerful human element is key.
And underpinning so much of this, the visual, the emotion, often working subconsciously, is the score.
The score. The music specifically composed for a movie or play. And it's so much more than just background noise. It's meticulously crafted to underscore emotions, punctuate actions, build suspense, signal themes. It weaves seamlessly with the visuals to amplify everything: tension, joy, romance, dread.
You think of iconic scores, John Williams' Star Wars or Jaws themes, instantly recognizable, instantly transport you.
Absolutely. A powerful score is a subconscious driver of audience emotion. It can make scenes unforgettable. An iconic score becomes intrinsically linked to the film's identity, evoking those themes and feelings all on its own, long after you've seen the film.
All right, part three. The places and the experience. Let's metaphorically travel to where these dreams come alive and where audiences gather, the venues, the industries.
Yes, and these places like Bollywood or Broadway are far more than just physical locations or industries. They're powerful cultural institutions. They shape global entertainment, influence artistic trends, and often reflect societal values back to us.
Let's start with the person who keeps these places alive, the
Oh.
moviegoer.
The moviegoer, yes, simply someone who regularly goes to the cinema to watch films. Often they're dedicated enthusiasts, people who really live for that unique thrill, that communal experience of the big screen.
And they have real influence, don't they? Moviegoers' choices shape industry trends. They're the core, loyal audience that sustains the entire film industry, especially theatrical releases.
Absolutely. Your choice as a moviegoer to see a story on the big screen directly impacts what kinds of films get made in the future. And, the pandemic definitely shifted viewing habits towards streaming, but there's still a significant, passionate segment that prefers that immersive big screen experience. It's irreplaceable for many.
Speaking of global scale, let's talk about Bollywood.
Ah, Bollywood. The colossal Indian film industry, based primarily in Mumbai, it's practically synonymous with vibrant song and dance sequences, larger-than-life drama, intense romance, action. It churns out these incredibly colorful spectacles that often blend genres: romance, action, comedy, social commentary, all infused with a distinct cultural flair.
And its global reach is massive, captivating huge audiences worldwide. It has its own unique narrative traditions, its own star system.
Definitely. That famous masala genre, for example, which deliberately mixes multiple genres in one film, and the seamless integration of elaborate musical numbers. It offers a really vibrant, often joyous contrast to, say, typical Hollywood conventions. It's a unique cinematic language.
Now, stepping away from the screen and onto the stage, let's talk about Broadway.
Broadway, that iconic street in New York City, but more importantly, the concentrated cluster of major professional theaters located there. It's considered the undisputed center, the pinnacle, really, of the U.S. theater industry. A global mecca for dazzling musicals, star-studded plays. It sets the gold standard for live performance.
And it's more than just a place, right? For artists, writers, composers, actors, directors, getting a show on Broadway is often a lifelong dream, the ultimate aspiration.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just a location. It embodies achievement, artistic ambition. It signifies reaching the very top of the profession in American theater. You imagine a new musical opening there, captivating audiences with unforgettable songs, stunning choreography, innovative staging. It can leave such a profound, lasting impression.
We touched on to dramatize earlier. Closely related is the noun, adaptation.
Right, adaptation. A creative work, a movie, a TV show, a play that's based on an existing work, like a book or an earlier play. It's about reimagining those beloved stories for a new medium or perhaps a contemporary audience.
And as we said, this often sparks those debates. Fidelity versus interpretation. How closely should it stick to the original?
Exactly. That's the constant tension. An adaptation breathes new life into timeless tales, which is wonderful. But it always raises fascinating questions. How important is strict adherence? When is innovation necessary or even beneficial? It's about honoring the spirit, often, rather than the exact letter.
When setting a scene, especially on a stage, a key visual element is the backdrop.
The backdrop, yes. That large piece of painted cloth, or maybe a more constructed scenic element, hung right at the back of the stage. It's fundamental in setting the scene's location, its mood defining the era. It instantly transforms a bare stage into an immersive world, a forest, a city skyline, an abstract space.
Even a minimalist production might use just a single color backdrop to really emphasize the actors and the dialogue.
Precisely, and its impact is profound, even if subtle. The backdrop acts like an unspoken character, providing crucial context and atmosphere. It's a testament to the power of visual design and storytelling.
That very first time a new film or play is shown to the public, that's the premiere.
The premiere, yes. The inaugural public screening or performance of a new work. It's often a big event, sometimes a glitzy red carpet extravaganza designed to generate immense hype, media attention, and public buzz.
And it's significant, right? A premiere can dramatically launch a production towards success or, sometimes, infamy. It's a crucial launchpad for public perception and critical discussion.
It carries a lot of weight. It's a high-stakes moment. The immediate reaction at the premiere can really shape the entire trajectory of a production. It influences those crucial early reviews, word of mouth, commercial success. The effects can ripple out for months.
While the audience sees the polished performance out front, there's a whole hidden world of activity backstage.
Backstage, yes. The entire area of a theater that's hidden from the audience's view.
Yeah.
This is where performers prepare, where the crew manages scene changes, lighting cues, sound, where all the staff work. It's the engine room. It's often a hive of intense, organized chaos, quick costume changes happening in the wings, actors running lines, props being preset.
A stark contrast to the seamless glamour presented out front. Backstage reveals the intense labor, the split-second timing, the intricate coordination required.
Absolutely. It's the hidden engine where all the complex threads of production come together under immense pressure. It's a world with its own unique language, rituals, and energy, all dedicated to creating the magic out front.
And before the show, during intermission or after the magic, audiences often gather in the foyer.
The foyer, yes. That large, often quite elegantly designed entrance hall or open space in a theater or cinema. It's where people wait before the doors open, meet friends, mingle during the interval, grab a drink. It buzzes with pre-show chatter and anticipation.
It serves as a vital social prelude, doesn't it? Builds anticipation, provides that communal gathering space, allows people to transition from the outside world into the world of the performance.
Exactly. And thinking about the whole experience, the foyer represents the audience's very first and often very last impression of their visit. It shapes the overall feeling, the memory of the event. It's an integral part of the social ritual of going to the theater or the cinema.
Okay, part 4. Tools, techniques, and expressive language. Let's look at some ingenious devices that make these visions possible and some descriptive words we use.
And it's interesting how technology and vocabulary evolve together, isn't it? New techniques demand new words, and new descriptive terms help us appreciate the evolving artistry.
One fascinating technical challenge, especially for global audiences, is the process to dub.
To dub, yes. Replacing the original spoken dialogue in a film or TV show with newly recorded dialogue in a different language, it's crucial for accessibility in many parts of the world, especially where audiences prefer not to read subtitles. It allows films to travel.
But the challenge is huge. The new dialogue needs to be accurate, yes, but also match the lip movements, the timing, the emotional tone of the original actor. Sounds incredibly tricky.
It is incredibly tricky. That's the debate, really, authenticity versus accessibility. Dubbing is this complex cultural bridge. You're trying to convey not just words, but emotional nuance, cultural references, comedic timing, all through a different voice and language. It's a really delicate art form.
For lighting, especially large areas on a set or stage, creating broad, even illumination, crews use a floodlight.
Floodlight, right. A large, powerful lamp that produces a broad, wide beam of light. Used to illuminate extensive areas, think big stages, outdoor scenes and films, even sports grounds. They bathe the set in even light, maybe mimicking daylight or creating a widespread atmospheric wash.
Their main function is that wide, uniform coverage, right? To avoid harsh shadows, ensure everything's visible.
That's the basic function, yes. But lighting is also such a powerful nonverbal storyteller. Floodlights are foundational for establishing the overall mood, the time of day, the general ambiance, or the emotional tone of a large scene. They shape how we perceive the entire environment.
And how do we actually see these moving images projected onto the screen? Through the indispensable projector.
The projector, the device that makes images or videos appear on a larger surface, like a screen or even a wall. From the old rattling film projectors running actual celluloid to today's sophisticated digital projectors, they are the magical conduits. They turn darkened rooms into these portals of adventure, romance, drama.
Essential for any public screening, and even home cinemas now. The core technology for sharing motion pictures.
Absolutely. This sort of humble device is quite literally the window into other worlds. It's what makes the magic of cinema visible by bringing those individual frames we talked about to life, projecting them large for us to experience together. Without it, the cinematic canvas remains unseen.
Speaking of those older methods, before digital took over completely, films were physically stored on a reel.
Ah, the reel. That circular spool, usually metal or plastic, around which long strips of photographic film are wound. It was the literal backbone of analog filmmaking and projection. It held the footage in manageable chunks, usually around 10-20 minutes worth. It really symbolizes the tactile magic and also the physical labor involved in filmmaking in the pre-digital era.
And film archivists dedicate their lives to restoring and preserving these old, often fragile reels, right? To save our cinematic heritage.
Exactly. The word reel encapsulates an entire era of cinema. It highlights the unique preservation challenges involved and the very physical, almost artisanal nature of film when it was a tangible object you could hold.
Now, for intense focus, for heightening drama, for singling out one performer, there's nothing quite like a spotlight.
The spotlight. A very strong, highly focused beam of light, much narrower than a floodlight, cast precisely onto someone or something. Most famously, used to isolate a single performer on stage, drawing all eyes to them, dramatically heighten their importance or the tension of the moment.
It's such a powerful theatrical device for emphasis.
Yeah,
It literally directs the audience's attention.
it is. And, like backdrop, the term has transcended the theater. Being in the spotlight has become such a potent metaphor. It means fame, intense public attention, being the center of scrutiny, a moment where you're expected to shine under pressure.
Sometimes a performer, a film, a play leaves such an indelible mark, achieves such widespread admiration over time that it becomes legendary.
Legendary. Yes, a powerful adjective. It means very well known, celebrated, deeply admired for exceptional qualities or achievements. It's usually reserved for true icons, people, or works whose impact echoes through time, inspiring generations. It signifies more than just popularity. It implies lasting significance and cultural impact.
Like a rock band giving a concert that goes down in history.
Yeah.
People talk about it for years, becomes part of their legendary status.
Precisely. Legendary speaks to that lasting impact, something that actively shapes the art form itself. It leaves a profound legacy for future artists and audiences to learn from and admire.
Sometimes actions or performances have a certain dramatic flair, maybe even seem a bit over the top. We might describe them as theatrical.
Theatrical, yes. It means related to or characteristic of the theater or acting. It often evokes qualities like exaggerated gestures, heightened emotions, a sense of performance, perhaps grand scale. You could describe a spectacular stage production as theatrical, obviously, but you could also describe someone's real-life behavior as theatrical if they're being overly dramatic.
Like when a friend recounts a minor incident with grand, sweeping gestures and dramatic pauses. Oh, it was so theatrical.
Exactly. It implies that stage energy, that awareness of presentation, may be a deliberate performance of self, even in everyday life, or an action designed for maximum dramatic impact.
And finally, let's wrap with a classic idiom, born in the theater but used everywhere. Break a leg.
Oh, break a leg. The classic way to wish someone good luck, especially right before they go on stage or face any kind of performance. As we mentioned, it stems from that old theatrical superstition. Directly saying good luck was considered bad luck, might jinx the show, so they use this opposite phrase instead.
And there are those various theories about its origin, bowing so much, you break the leg line, breaking the curtain line backstage, maybe related to payment. Regardless, it's stuck.
It really did, and its significance today goes beyond theater. It showcases the fascinating power of language, tradition, and superstition in high-pressure creative fields. And crucially, it's become this wonderfully versatile idiom. You can absolutely say break a leg to someone before a job interview, a big exam, an important presentation, any situation where they need to perform well.
Wow. Okay, that was quite the deep dive into the incredible language of film and theater. Hopefully, you feel much better equipped now to move beyond those basic descriptions. You've got a richer, more nuanced vocabulary to engage with. From the unsung heroes like dressers to the impact of an epic score, you have the words to really articulate the artistry you're seeing.
Indeed. And mastering this specialized vocabulary, it really isn't just about sounding sophisticated, is it? It's about developing a deeper, more critical lens, a sharper eye, a more attuned ear for understanding the arts. So maybe a final thought for you, the listener. Now that you have these precise words and concepts, what new insights will you uncover? What details will you spot next time you watch a movie or go to a play?
That really is the magic, isn't it? This empowers you to engage not just passively, but as an active, informed, truly discerning participant. You'll find yourself noticing camera work, thinking about the art director's choices, appreciating an actor's specific interpretation in a whole new light. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. And, as we've learned today, is the proper way to say it. Break a leg.